Hey, good evening, everybody. So glad to be with you here tonight. My name is Clay Stevens from Infinity5. Glad to have you here. I want to be respectful of your time. We're sharing tonight with you during the course of this next 25 minutes or so how exactly what we do works, right? So we want to be able to share with you Infinity5 and to help you understand how you can create health and wealthness both at the same time if that's something you're interested in. So let's just jump right to it. So let me share my screen with you, and off we're going to go. So what we want to do is to help you create life on purpose. We want to help you create a life that you are passionate about living, starting with nutrition. And then coupling with that, interconnected with nutrition, is financial freedom. So if you have great health, but you don't have any money in order to be able to go and use it, right? Be able to go do things with, and that's kind of a problem, and vice versa. So these are interconnected with us, and of course, we want to be able to additionally offer self-help or personal development for you to be able to make the most of your life, and ultimately, all of those things coupled together create a finished puzzle that's active lifestyle, that's really active, where you can be active, you can do what you want, when you want, because you want. That's really truly what we're after. Our goal is to help you create the life that you deserve, to feel your best, to look your best, to be your best. And all of that happens with a company called Infinity5 Health. Infinity5 Health. Now, I just want to start by just talking about our founders of the company quickly. John Taylor is the chief formulator of our product, and he's also the chief finance officer for the company. So he's been in formulating, a chief science officer. He's been a formulator for many companies. He's been at this for many years. So a doctor that we love and appreciate, helping us to be able to move forward. In this case, he's super interested because he's one of the founders of the company. So that's totally awesome. The president and CEO is Rene Couchet, who actually has helped me understand what it is we're doing here. We work closely with him to be able to move forward. And the reason why these guys will actually talk to us, we call them, they answer, which is kind of an interesting notion. The founders of the company will answer their own telephone, is because they have together in the past built a $100 million team. $100 million. Now, according to the Direct Sellers Association, if you were to go look at the top 100 companies in the DSA, which is our industry, the direct sellers industry, the direct selling industry, that would put us between number 85 and 90. That company that they built before, the organization they built before. So they've been in the field. They know what it's like to be us, so to create a way for us to be able to move forward. Now, here's how to be able to get more information. And you might do that just even while you're watching this presentation. So go to infinity5health.com. You can get all kinds of information there. So on the product side, what is it that we're doing here? We just ask a very simple question. Do you or anyone you know eat cooked and or processed foods? Now, if you eat cooked food or processed foods or cooked processed foods, right, then you're going to have some super cool benefits that come out of that. In fact, you can look at the health of Americans today. In fact, you can look at most people worldwide, and you can see the great benefits of eating cooked and processed foods. Digestive stress, weight gain, premature aging, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and most degenerative diseases and health challenges are related to cooked and processed foods. Our foods, the food that we eat every single day. Now, at infinity5health.com, you can actually see the supplement fact box that's up here on the screen. It's also on the back of the bottle of Better 5. So you can see this, but it's big so that you can read it. We are not hiding what it is that we have in our products. We're not hiding that from anyone. You can see exactly what's here. Your doctor can see exactly what's here. Everybody and anybody can see exactly what's in these products. And in the next weeks, months, years, Dr. Taylor will be doing lots and lots of trainings to let us know why this and why that and how these go together and how they actually help us to have, of course, better health and to avoid the benefits that I suggested on the screen here. Now, there's one thing I just totally 100% love about what's on the screen right now. And that is that we are not claiming to have some super miraculous product that was found underneath of some rock in the mountains in Tibet that was guarded safely by Tibetan monks underneath, who had a well or something, and they one day turned it over and, oh my gosh, here is the magic ingredient. Well, that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about proven science, 21st century science, coupled with, the truth is ancient ingredients, whole food ingredients, which is what we've been actually designed to be able to use. So this is science coupled with nature to be able to make our lives work better. I'm super fired up about that. Now, what are we really talking about? 100% whole food nutrition. I would submit that we are on a whole food revolution, a whole food nutrition revolution, because your current body, your current health, your body, is directly related to what you put in, on, and around your body. Now, this is not rocket science. I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, but it's pretty obvious that what I just said is 100% true. What's not necessarily true is what my mom told me when I was growing up. She says, you are what you eat. So eat broccoli and eat, healthy foods, etc. Well, I was not eating that necessarily. I was eating other things, chocolate chip cookies and candy and soda pop and all of that stuff. And she said, you're going to become what you eat. Well, that's not really true. You are what you are able to break down, digest, and absorb. That's what you actually are, which you can break down, digest, and absorb. Now, what's the problem with that? Like, okay, wait, okay, I kind of get that, but I'm eating lots of good stuff during the course of my day. Really? Here's the problem with some of the foods that we have today, right? Is that the body only recognizes whole foods, not fractionated, synthetic, genetically engineered foods, vitamins, and minerals. So when we put in most of the food that we eat today that's available to us today, it has actually been chemically treated, fractionated in some respects, synthetic for sure, genetically engineered absolutely for sure, foods, vitamins, and minerals, right? They're not whole foods. They're not natural. They're not organic necessarily. The interesting part of this problem is that your body can't recognize it. So why are you tired all of the time? Why are your family, friends, and neighbors tired all of the time? Why do the people that I see at the park, right, watching kids' baseball games or whatever, why are they tired all the time? Because the food that we eat cannot really be readily recognized by our bodies. So it's trying to tear them down, break them down, so that they can find maybe the hidden treasure amongst all of the garbage that's in there, so that it has something you can actually use as fuel. See, the body really only recognizes whole foods, and the important part of that is that Better 5 is exactly that. It's 100% whole food nutrition. Now, healthcare providers agree. This is not a debate. No one is debating this, what I'm about to say. Healthcare providers agree that we are overfed and undernourished. The average American diet has thousands and thousands of calories in it, and almost none of them have any nutritional value at all. So your body is having to work all the time. It never gets a break. And it's always screaming, hey, I'm hungry, I want more food. Give me some more of something. Put something in here that might actually do me some good. Well, the problem is that you put more in it, but none of that's really very good either. So there's interesting challenges. Now, the contributors to this notion of malnourishment are the fact that we have soil depletion. Foods are grown today in a very different way than they were when I was a kid. So the things, the chemicals that are put in the ground, on the foods, etc., we would normally call that fertilizer. Those things are created, are put into the ground on the plants to make them look good on a store shelf, on a grocery store shelf, like trophies on the shelf, so that we will be enticed to buy them. The problem is that the thing we're being enticed to buy doesn't have a lot of food value to it, not much nutritional value to it. Soil depletion is effectively killing all of us, right? Slowly but surely, right? Day by day. Now, we also process food. We take foods and we process our foods. And the process of processing takes out lots of the nutritional value that was in the food to start with. And then, of course, we cook food. So what happens when we cook food? Well, as soon as you start cooking it, you start ruining the digestive enzymes. You start killing the digestive enzymes that are in the food. Remember what I told you before? You're only able to use what you can break down, digest, and absorb. Now, if you start killing stuff, right, there's nothing there to put in, so it becomes expensive waste for you. So these are all problems. Now, what is our solution to this interesting challenge? The solution is what we call Better 5. Better 5 is 100% whole food nutrition. And we have some steps. Look at this. Number one, there's digestive enzymes. Oh, wait, if I eat cooked or processed foods, oh, I can now ingest some digestive enzymes so that my body can actually break it down so that I can actually use it. Whole food nutrients, whole food, and chelated minerals. And I'm not talking about the process of chelation, which is pretty shaky in most cases, right? I'm talking about real 100% chelated minerals so that your body can have them to become bioavailable. Additionally, antioxidants, so we can fight off free radicals in our system. Of course, probiotics, and something you may never have heard of before, I hadn't at least, is the notion of prebiotics. And you can find more information, of course, on Infinity5Health.com about probiotics and the need for prebiotics. And of course, everything we have in here is natural. There's no preservatives anywhere. Everything is all natural. Nothing is synthetic here, nothing genetically engineered, etc. It's all 100% natural. Now, I'd read this list, except that I can't pronounce all of the words, and you can read as fast as I can talk anyways. So it's all right here for you to be able to see. Everything in here is 100% natural and is non-GMO, 100% vegetarian compliant, and it's gluten-free. When I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, this is totally legit. These guys are awesome. But what about that capsule? What about the capsule? Are there any preservatives in that capsule? The answer is no. It's 100% natural, no preservatives either. So when you start thinking about putting on in and around yourself things that are 100% whole food nutrition, all natural, then the chances that you're going to actually create better health is 100%, right? Your health is going to get better. And interestingly enough, Better 5 will actually help you if you use things like protein shakes in the morning or afternoon, or replacement shakes, those kinds of things. It actually will help your body create a place for them, right? It's going to help them become more bioavailable. They're going to be able to permeate cell membranes more rapidly this way. If you use like a green smoothie drink or anything else that you think is healthy, healthful for your body to have, Better 5 will actually make it work better, hence the name, Better 5. So how do you get started, you might be thinking? Well, what do I do to get started, Clay? First of all, there's no enrollment kits to buy. You can enroll with a purchase of 1 to 3 bottles of Better 5. Here's what I mean. You buy 1 bottle of this and you are in. This is the enrollment kit, right? This is it. This is what you need, is 1 bottle of Better 5, and you're in the system. You can use, you can buy products, you can get on auto ship if you want to, but you don't have to. This is the customer position. If I'm just one, I just want to try it, here's the way to be able to do that. Now, when you do this, you don't have any you cannot participate in the compensation plan under these circumstances, but you'll have better health. And if that's your goal, boom. Now, there is also a $120 way that you can get in, what I would call a family pack, which means you're going to get 3 bottles of Better 5. So if you're a family of 3, then you can actually have 3 of these in your home so that everyone in your house can become more and more healthy. If you work in an office where there's 2 or 3 people or so, right, this would be the best way to go. Why? It's significantly cheaper. 3 bottles for less than the price of 2. And you can participate, if you want to, in the compensation plan. Now, it's kind of crazy because the compensation plan actually goes pretty fast. I'm going to explain that here in just a minute. But the important part of what I'm talking about here is that if you've come here tonight to just learn, how do I have better health? How do I feel better? How do I not have hunger pangs without having to have antidepressants and diuretics and all kinds of other stuff, right, that are doing all kinds of weird things to my body? How can I naturally create better health in my life That's the part of the conversation of that. That's what we're already doing here right now. I would invite you right now, if that's why you came here, then I hope that these 16 minutes for you were 16 minutes well spent. But the important thing to know, of course, is that you can get back with the person who got you on the call here today, and they can help you to be able to enroll. Or you can go to Infinity5Health.com and you can get more information for you to be able to move forward. Okay, now switching gears just a little bit. In the United States, we have a maybe to never wealth plan. Maybe to never. Now you might be saying, well, wait, what? I know people that are wealthy. Yeah, there's not very many of them as we move forward. Here's why. What is the plan? The plan is go to college or get a trade or whatever and get a degree and you're going to be good. Well, 50% of the people who are college graduates don't have jobs in the field that they work in, which creates this nasty problem, which is the labor participation rate. We are 31st in the world in our labor participation, which means people that are unemployed, don't have a job at all, or underemployed, have job capabilities, but they're working at a fast food restaurant or something, right? They're underemployed. And then of course we have, you're going to be taking taxes coming out of our money. And this is how we know that all of these things are true. Because almost no one is saving for retirement. People just plain don't have enough money to do that. And if you look at your own life, if you're a W-2 employee, which is what the public school system teaches you to be, if you're a W-2 employee, here's the effect of that. Someone else chooses your home, your car, your vacation, education, healthcare, clothes, time, food, etc. Then you might be saying, no, I choose all of those things. Well, wait, no, not necessarily. Here's why. Because they're controlling your time and your money. They tell you when to come to work and when you can go home. They tell you how much money you're going to make while you're there. You're abdicating your life. Effectively, they're saying, here's what kind of house you can have, what kind of car you can drive, what kind of vacations you can take, and even when you can take them, if at all. Somebody else has control of your life. This is why I call this the maybe to never wealth plan, because you may become wealthy one day, but you're going to have to do some things that aren't necessarily what everybody else is doing. Most people, this is a never, they buy into this, this is a never wealth plan for them. Here's what I mean by that. Let's just look at that, the maybe to never wealth plan. The average mortgage in the United States, about almost $1,100. That's the average payment, right? Mortgage or rent, right? 33% of that comes out of your money, right? And if you own your house, right, you're only going to pay over the life of the mortgage about 79% interest. Now, Clay, I'm only paying 3 or 4 or 5%. No, over the course of the loan, you will pay about 79% of all of that money. If you rent, you're paying 100% interest, right? Because you don't have any equity at all. Taxes about 33%, transportation about 21%. Your credit card payments over the course of time is crazy, right? Credit card payments about 15% interest on credit cards if you don't pay them off. And then you look at food and other expenses, you got about 98%. Well, no wonder nobody has any money. No wonder everybody's stressed like crazy on the financial side, because you got less than 2% of the money that you make actually you can use for disposable things that aren't listed here on this chart. What does that lead to? By age 65, 54% are dependent on family, friends, neighbors, whatever, the church, whatever, or the government, and 36% are still working. Now, if you take these two right here together, that is 90% of all of the people who get to age 65, 90%, which means you have 10% chance of getting to 65 and not being that. Now, it is 5% of people never get there. They passed away, which means you got a 1% chance of being wealthy and a 4% chance of being financially independent. 5% of being independent or wealthy. That seems to me like maybe to never wealth plan. So this is what we're talking about here. So what we're looking at here is the opportunity for you to look at something very different. The question ultimately is, because we have an awesome product, is do you know 3 families that eat cooked or processed foods? I was at a meeting in Arizona a month ago or so, and somebody asked me this very question. Do you know 3 families that eat cooked or processed foods? Do you eat cooked or processed foods? Yes. Do you know anybody who does? Yes, like 99.9% of the people that I know fit into that category right there. Now, what we have is what I would call a miracle matrix. It's a 3x10 matrix. And the key component of this is that you receive 5% for every person on every level down 10 levels. Now, if you were to do the calculation, well, yeah, down 10 levels, man, I know people who get paid down like infinity. Okay, great. If you actually did this, this would be this is over 88,000 positions. Now, I know very few people who have groups that are 88,000 strong. Just saying, there's plenty of room here for everybody. We live in a world of abundance, and we want you to live in that same world. So what do I mean? Do you know 3 families? Do you know 3 families that eat cooked or processed foods? Yes, I do. Good. If those 3 people, those 3 families, are on the $120 plan where they're buying 3 bottles of Better 5, right? Then I'm going to get $12. If I know 3 who know 3, right? Then there will be 12 total plus me is 13. Then I'd make about $50. Now, if that's with 66% as customers and 33% as business partners, and I'll explain that in a minute. But if I know 3 who know 3 who know 3, so now I've done this 3 times, right? There's 39 people plus me is 40. Then my product becomes free. In here, someplace, I make enough money, 5% on every person on every level, down 10 levels. I make enough so that my product is free. Free. Free, which means I'm not having to pay for it. This is super cool stuff. Wait, free healthcare. This is totally legit. Somebody made this promise not too long ago, and the good news is that in this case, it's actually true. Free healthcare. You're going to be able to have better health right here with us. Now, if you do that again, that's going to go up to $495. You do it again, and this is what you have. So this, if you have if you're on the $120 plan, you have access to this much of the compensation plan. Not bad, $1,500. That's pretty good. About $1,500. I don't know, what would you do if you had an extra $1,500 coming in month after month after month after month after year? Now, that's even if you're not really fully participating. I'm in $120, and maybe I tell 1 person or 2 people, right? It's all good, 1 or 2 people. Then I could make this kind of money. And a 3x10 miracle matrix enables spillover, so people above you will actually be enrolling people, and some of those people will end up potentially underneath of you. Pretty cool. Now, if you say, man, you know what, for $1,500, pretty cool. What can I make more? The answer is yes. So $120 plan plus enrolling 3 people opens up the entire compensation plan. The entire compensation plan. So you get all of this, and when you're done here, then you can keep going. Down, 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 down. Now, I'm not saying that everybody on the planet is going to make $365,000. I'm not telling you you're going to be making $1 million in the next 20 minutes. I'm not saying you're going to buy states and islands and planets and solar systems. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that conservatively, and I'm being about as conservative as I know how to be here, you can actually start making some pretty darn good income if you'll just do that 3 who know 3 who know 3 who know 3 another time. That puts you in here. Now, for most people, this is job-dropping residual income. We're helping people have better health and helping people who need extra money, who know people who eat cooked or processed foods, right? Which means this is a product for everybody. You could make job-dropping residual income. Job-dropping residual income, right? You could be having this money come to you. For most people, this is, I get to fire my boss. I get to retire my spouse from their job that they hate. I could pay off my cars. I could pay off my mortgage. I could pay off my credit card debt. I could pay off my school college debt. I could actually move forward, right? I'm free. I'm liberated from the shackles of debt, which is what I'm pretty fired up about, helping people to do. So this is the compensation plan to begin with. Now, here there are no games, no gimmicks, no gotchas. There's no outrageously priced products, no points to count, no BV, GV, TV, PV to account for, no dollar-to-point value conversions to make, no need to worry about product point values, no need to plan around what points count for you and what points went flying by me to someone else, right? No worry about structures or point balances or banked points that someday I'm going to get out, however that might work. No need to calculate percentages of points in any particular group. no frantic end of month dialing for dollars so that you can, on your own personal spending, now I'm going to put stuff on a credit card. I'm going to get some extra stuff so that I can have bigger volume, so that I can qualify for bigger commissions. I'm going to buy my way up the ladder. No need to rely on others achieving or maintaining leadership positions. Oh, I gotta have a silver on this level and a bronze on that level and 2 people over here that are this and that and that. We don't have any of that. None of that happens here. No percentage commission discounts for people based on where they're at. 5% per person per the way this is actually working here. So this is why this is important to really be able to get, right? So it's 5% everywhere, not 2% here and then some other level or some other percentage, 3 and then 4 and then 2 and then 1 and whatever. We don't have that. Everywhere is the same. No worries about sponsorship. No worries about keeping track of points that carry forward. Very simply, here's the deal. 5% for every purchase every week. We pay out every week in your matrix. 5% every purchase every week in your matrix. It's unbelievably simple. This is the simplest compensation plan ever created by humankind. It's totally amazing. No leadership bonus thing if you qualify for this or some pool of money that's been kept aside so that, none of that nonsense, right? And that's why I'm saying no games, no gimmicks, no gotchas, right? This is totally 100% amazing. Now, if you're interested in being able to move forward, make some money, possibly a lot of money, then here's what I would encourage you to do in the next 90 days. Personally contact 10 to 12 people every week. Personally contact 10 to 12 a week. You said, well, yeah, but I only need to enroll 3. Like, yeah, I understand, 10 to 12 a week. 3 to 4 of those people should enroll in your business. 2 or more should become customers probably, and 1 or more is going to be a business partner. Now, customers will buy, in my math, the math that I use in there, and then I'm going to show you again in a second, is based on a customer, a non-business builder, with $65. That's what I'm telling you. I've been as conservative as I know how to be. Customers on average $65 and business partners on average $120 in products per month. So if you enroll 1 business partner in the next 90 days, then you should have 12 of those over the course in the next 90 days. In the next 12 weeks, you should have 12 business partners. I would say, man, choose 3 people you want to work with. 3 people who you want to help, legitimately help make their life different and better, and devote some time to them to help them become a leader. Now, at the end of 90 days, you should be at the level 6 payout level in the compensation plan. You should be at this level. If you do what I'm inviting you to do right now, and if you plug into these meetings that we're going to be doing for about the next 10 days, 10 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock at night, Mountain Time, and we have a Saturday weekly training, if you plug into these things, and you actually contact 10 to 12 people a week and do what we invite you to do, you should be at this level in the next 90 days. Now, for most people, $4,505 is pretty darn good. That's pretty good. Now, when I was telling you that the average 65 and 120, you see, I'm using 66% customers. I'm just saying, I'm being pretty darn conservative here. So you should be able to get to that at that level as you move forward in the business in the next 90 days, which means that by Labor Day in the United States, by Labor Day, you could be making $4,000 or $5,000 a month. You could be making that much. Now, I would submit that your journey needs to begin like right now. Get back with the person that invited you here to secure your position. And I will tell you that enrollment positions are going like that. This is totally crazy what's happening here, like the super feeding frenzy of, man, I want in. I'm going like crazy. I sent a text message to somebody a little while ago, and that person said, yep, and when I logged in, I could have been this, but now it's like 12, it was like 12 positions just in the amount of time it took him to be able to click on a link and enroll. It got 12 more people had gotten in. This is totally crazy what's happening, right? So I would tell you to commit and invest $120 and enroll 3 families. Enroll them in what? Enroll them in good health. Enroll them in their own health and wealthness program, right? Let the products help your body heal itself and function properly. Set the example by engaging. $120 subscription. Learn to share, learn to tell the story, learn video presentations, enrollment process to be able to move forward. Share and earn. Share and earn some money. This is totally cool, right? So contact 10 to 12 people an hour, a day, a week, a month, as fast as you want to go. Right? Look, if you don't want to go fast, don't go fast. If you do want to go fast, we can totally help you to be able to do that. So enroll them in their own health and wellness plan, like I said just a minute ago. Now, here's what we actually have. We have the perfect storm. According to Harvard Business School, if you went to Harvard Business School, you learn at least these 4 things. That the perfect storm, the perfect business is a product. You need a product that everyone needs. Now, everyone needs this because they eat cooked or processed foods. It's totally easy to be able to get, right? A price that everyone can afford. No overpriced products here. Enough margin to grow the company itself. Enough of a margin to grow the company itself. So product everyone needs, a price everyone can afford that has enough margin in it to grow the company. We don't want to kill the golden goose. We want the company to grow, of course, and to have fair compensation to ensure profitability for us in the field. So we have the perfect storm. This is exactly what we need. Everything's in place. Amazing products from proven science and nature combined. Stable debt-free company, 50% guaranteed weekly payout, unique business structures, metrics, and systems. I will tell you that if you don't think that miracle matrix 3x10, that you're going to get 5% per person per row, no matter who enrolled them, no matter how they got enrolled, no matter where all of that came from, it's just totally crazy. I'm going crazy myself. I don't sleep well at night anymore. And right, everything in place. Of course, we're in a share age. We live in the share age. You might say social age or connected age. I don't care how you say that, but at the end of the day, this is a business model perfected by some pretty smart people. Thomas Edison, you may have heard of him. Henry Ford, J. Paul Getty, Sam Walton, Ray Kroc, and a host of other people have created the share age business model. They've perfected it. We're using it. They perfected it. We're using it because it actually works. It's the perfect business. Now, in closing here tonight, the truth is essentially you got 4 options. And I just want you to tell the person that invited you here tonight, the person that invited you to watch the video replay of this, however you're watching this, 4 options. You can do nothing at all. And guess what? Your life is going to go on pretty much as it is now. Look, and if that's okay, that's okay. That's totally legit. You can be able to move on, right? You can get more information so that you can make an informed decision. You can enroll as a customer and take advantage of the benefits of the products as I've described them here. You can enroll as a business partner with us and take advantage of the benefits of the products. I do. And take control of your financial future. I think that's totally legit. Now, the question ultimately is, which of these things interests you most? Which of these interests you most? Now, in regards to this choice, I've given you a way to say, man, you know what? This isn't, I don't think so. I don't think I'm interested in this. But here's ultimately what happens for most people. Most people are poor because they pass on opportunity regularly. They're poor because they pass on opportunity regularly. I don't want that to be you. Look, if you don't want to do this, say I don't want to do this, but then you don't get the option to really complain about the way that your life is working out. So make sure to get back with the person who invited you here tonight. Make sure to get back with, go to Infinity5Health.com and do your due diligence. Look at the products. Look at see what's there. Look at that. Look at the supplemental fact box. It's there. It's there. It's right there. You can see exactly what it is. So this is totally amazing. We totally care about you. We appreciate you, all that you do, who you are, and we invite you to come be part of the whole food revolution. The whole food revolution is totally going to dominate world economies as we're moving forward here. We're just getting started. That's the good news. And the better news is that we're just getting started. So come join with us. Come be part of what we're doing here. We love and appreciate you. Let us know how we can best serve you being able to move forward. And I look forward to seeing you down the road at the top, wherever you happen to be. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.